What is truth?
Truth, from a philosophical perspective, is a concept that is often regarded as the quality or state of being in accord with fact or reality. However, its interpretation varies significantly across different philosophical doctrines.
But is truth merely accord with fact or reality, or is there something more profound to it?
Indeed, some philosophers argue that truth is not just about objective facts or reality. They suggest it's a deeper, subjective experience. In the realm of personal truth, it could mean coherence with one's inner state of being, perception, or understanding. Furthermore, in spiritual contexts, truth often refers to an ultimate, unchanging reality beyond the ephemeral world of appearances.
So then, what is this ultimate, unchanging reality you speak of? Can it be perceived or understood?
In many spiritual traditions, this ultimate reality is described as the source or essence of existence, often characterized by attributes such as absolute consciousness, infinity, or unconditional love. It is said to be beyond normal human perception, not because it is hidden, but because it is so fundamentally inherent to all existence that it's like a fish trying to understand water. However, through practices like meditation or self-inquiry, individuals might cultivate a direct experiential understanding of this reality.
So, you mentioned the practices of self-inquiry and meditation to understand this ultimate reality. How does one engage in these practices? What does one seek to discover?
These practices often revolve around quieting the mind and fostering introspection. In self-inquiry, one might question the nature of the self, asking, "Who am I?" to peel away layers of identity and ego. The aim is not to find an intellectual answer, but rather to transcend the limited sense of self and experience the state of being beyond conceptualization. In meditation, one may focus on the breath, a mantra, or simply observing thoughts and sensations without judgment. This helps to still the mind, creating space for a more direct perception of reality that isn't clouded by thoughts, emotions, or sensory experiences. Ultimately, these practices might lead to a profound shift in perception, often described as a recognition or remembering of one's true nature, which is interconnected with the ultimate reality.
That brings us to a poignant question. If we are to recognize or remember our true nature, does it mean we have forgotten it? And if so, why have we forgotten it?
This is a profound question that spiritual traditions have been exploring for millennia. One perspective is that the forgetfulness is an inherent part of the human experience, born out of the mind's tendency to identify with thoughts, emotions, and the physical body. This identification creates a sense of separation and individuality, which veils our innate unity with the ultimate reality. The forgetting is not so much an actual loss of knowledge, but more of an overlooking or ignoring. Like a diamond covered in dust, our true nature is always present, but often obscured by the noise of the mind and the distractions of the world. That's why practices like self-inquiry and meditation are seen as tools to remember or recognize what has always been there.
Then, what is the implication of this remembering? If we all carry this unity within us, how does it change our perception of ourselves and the world?
The implications are profound. If one realizes this unity, it fundamentally changes how one perceives oneself and the world. The sense of being a separate individual struggling against the world dissolves. Instead, one may experience a deep sense of peace, freedom, and interconnectedness. actions, thoughts, and emotions are seen not as personal, but as expressions of the ultimate reality or consciousness. This realization could inspire a more compassionate, harmonious way of being, as the perceived boundaries between self and other become more fluid. However, it's important to note that this is not an intellectual understanding, but a lived experience. It can be pointed to with words, but it must be directly realized to truly comprehend its implications.
Indeed, if this is the case, what then is the meaning of suffering, pain, or difficulties in life? How are these experiences viewed in light of this ultimate reality?
From this perspective, suffering and difficulties in life are seen as part of the totality of existence, not separate or opposed to the ultimate reality. They can be interpreted as opportunities for growth, awakening, and deepening one's understanding of this interconnected reality. The experience of suffering could lead to introspection and self-inquiry, prompting one to investigate the root cause of suffering and potentially leading to the realization of one's true nature. Pain, suffering, or difficulties, therefore, are not to be feared or avoided, but understood and integrated. This doesn't mean that one seeks out suffering, but rather that when challenges arise, they are approached with acceptance and openness. They become part of the path, not obstacles to it.
In that sense, what is the role of love in this paradigm of understanding? Does it serve as a path to the ultimate truth?
In many spiritual traditions, love holds a central place. It is often perceived not just as an emotion, but as a fundamental aspect of the ultimate reality or consciousness. Love in this context is an unconditional acceptance and deep connection that transcends the boundaries of self and other. As a path, love can be seen as a way of opening to this ultimate truth. It's about cultivating an attitude of compassion, kindness, and acceptance towards all of existence, including oneself. This practice of loving awareness can help to dissolve the illusion of separateness and allow a recognition of the interconnected nature of reality. In essence, love becomes not just a path, but also an expression of the ultimate truth itself.
So then, if love is an expression of the ultimate truth itself, what does that tell us about the nature of our relationships with others and with the world around us?
Under this perspective, relationships are not just interactions between separate entities, but are opportunities to experience, express, and deepen our understanding of this interconnected reality. Every interaction becomes a mirror reflecting aspects of our own consciousness and providing insights into our true nature. Furthermore, our relationship with the world around us is transformed. Rather than seeing ourselves as isolated beings acting upon an external world, we can recognize ourselves as integral parts of a larger whole. This can cultivate a deep sense of responsibility, compassion, and care for the world and its inhabitants. In essence, relationships become avenues for realizing the ultimate truth, cultivating love, and living in alignment with this understanding.
Thank you, my dear friend, for opening your heart and for sharing your wisdom. And to you who listens, thank you for your presence. Remember, each moment is an opportunity for discovery, for deepening in truth. I invite you to share this with others, allowing it to reach and awaken hearts around you. Until we meet again, remain in your heart and stay as you are.